Ladies and gentlemen, it's Gojira 4 with you once again, and I'm totally copying Kyle by my little spin in. Speaking of which, did you see my 2 reviews with Kyle? My good friend Mr. Flaherty23 here, or Kyle as I just call him. Yes, we reviewed Attack the Block and Bubba-Hotep, 2 movies that I had not seen yet, which were interesting. I really liked them though. So yeah, check out those 2 reviews. I'll probably put a link for them somewhere here below over there. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I apologize. It's been probably a month since I put up a vlog. Just a couple days. My good friend was asking me, why haven't you put up a vlog in forever? And I'm like, I really don't know. School and other stuff. I was just so busy with that I'm just like, vlogging, yeah, maybe I'll do that, maybe not, I don't know. In fact, I'm thinking about doing possibly a small series. Might as well make something kind of at least informational to people who don't really know. Because I feel like my audience at times is G fans who are like a bit younger. You know, if my audience is mainly kind of younger G fans, I like to give them information. You know, because I can't believe I'm saying this, but I've been in the game kind of a long time. I was born outside the States. I was born in the great country of France. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, so at the time, 97-ish, the Star Wars re-releases were coming out, and Independence Day had come out. So I saw all of those as a kid in France, so I grew up already loving Star Wars. And then I saw Jurassic Park at the same time, The Lost World, which is still my favorite Jurassic Park film. And then when I came to the States, it was 1998. Like the first major movie I saw here was Godzilla. I already loved dinosaurs and aliens, so it just made huge sense. And ever since then, I've been either a huge Godzilla junkie or a Star Wars junkie or a Jurassic Park junkie. I later on added Aliens and Predator to it, and now I'm really trekking out right now. That's a different discussion. Anyway, point is, ever since then, I have been a G fan, and since that was when I was 5, and I'm like almost 20 now, that's 15 years of my life being a Godzilla fan. So I can say I've been in this long enough to kind of know what I'm talking about. I mean, sure, there's some guys who've been in this shit since like the 70s, but I've been here decently long enough. I have been wanting to do my like top 10 like Godzilla films like for a while now, because I've yet to see Terror of Mechagodzilla or Raids Again. I need to rewatch Godzilla vs. Biollante. Because here's the funny thing, I consider that could be on my favorites list, like one of my top, hell, even in my top 5, but I need to rewatch it. And it's not on DVD. I mean, I know every other fan's probably ranted about this already, but when the hell is it coming out on DVD? That will be whatever's left, and then I can make my top 10 Godzilla films, and hell, it'll probably be like an entire series. It'd be cool to do maybe like a video per each movie. That's probably future stuff. As well, I'm working on a project right now which is totally not Godzilla related. It's more film student related, just a little video. Really, it was my audio final, and my friend and I have been talking about turning it into a full-fledged like little video. It's like 2 or 3 minutes long. It's a cool like interrogation scene that I kind of wrote and I guess directed. What about trekking out? Right, I was about to get to that. So, for whatever reason lately, I have been getting huge on Star Trek. Well, first of all, I watched TNG as a kid. I mean, I loved Picard and Riker and LaForge and Data. You know, I already enjoyed Next Generation. I'd never really had much experience with the original series. I'd heard about Wrath of Khan. I think I'd seen The Voyage Home before. The guy with the glasses, or you might know him as Nostalgia Critic, was doing a whole like epic review of like all the bad Star Trek movies. I guess ever since then, having watched those, I just started getting into it. But I've been like, is Star Trek cool or not, you know? Huge Star Wars fan. But I embraced it because in many ways it's a lot like Star Wars, but it's a different flavor, and I enjoyed it actually. So then I started watching the Star Trek movies. I should probably do the whole nother video on this, but so far the ones I've seen, they've been actually fairly good. I'm gonna go through all the good ones and then maybe put up a review of them. Oh, alright, let me just talk about Prometheus. Like, let it be known that I'm a huge Alien and Predator nerd. Huge. I saw AVP, AVPR, Predators. AVP1 was good. I was one of the few people who enjoyed it. I thought it was actually a fairly good movie. It was, yeah, it could have been way better, but it was pretty good. I was fairly excited for AVP 2 just because I thought, oh, it might be interesting. I walked out of the movie theater, granted I was a bit younger, trying to tell myself I liked it. Trying. And then looking back, I realized it was just a dumb movie. It was just, the only good thing about that were the new alien designs, which were pretty cool actually. They were like a throwback mix between the aliens design from the 80s and then the new one, and then the wolf predator. But that was it. That was really it. The rest of the movie was garbage. Even the pred alien was cool, but he totally fucked with the way the alien species worked, which pissed me off too much that I just couldn't take it anymore. Predators was good. I don't know. I already talked about this a long time ago, I think. Adrian Brody, the whole movie, like, I'm mean and angry. I have a past. The whole movie was like Batman. I'm like, this is kind of dumb, man. I feel like the Predator fight was really too short, and it just wasn't as cool. And I kind of pissed off that a Predator got owned by a guy with a samurai sword. That got to me. Like, Robert Rodriguez had a cool concept, but the way he executed it wasn't that awesome. And now Prometheus is coming out soon, right? In fact, I like what Ridley Scott's doing. It tells, in a sense, a different story, but somehow still related to, like, Alien 79. It's like a prequel, but it's not necessarily about the xenomorphs. And I'm really excited, especially because we don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. We don't know anything about that movie. Like, he could pull anything on us. And I've watched the trailer probably 4 times already. Probably as many times as I've watched the Rises trailer. So, I'm excited for Prometheus. Hell, me and Cal will probably do a review of that one. If you want to know about any of the latest 2012 movies already, I guess I'll give you a quick run through. I saw episode 1 in 3D. I'm gonna say it. Episode 1 wasn't too bad. I actually enjoyed it. And honestly, I could say that that was actually a fairly good movie. And you know what? I never hated the prequels anyway. I always thought Attack of the Clones was a really good movie. And I liked episode 3 a lot. I just feel like the Anakin Vader transition was poorly done, but the rest of that movie was actually really good. The prequels were actually really good. I enjoyed them. I'm gonna just say it. I enjoy all 6 Star Wars movies. John Carter, this movie got a lot of bag, but it really wasn't that bad a movie. Granted, for me, it was like the movie Scorpion King, but on Mars. It literally was the same plot. Random outside guy gets into a culture, saves princess, stops bad empire guy. Same fucking thing. It made a fair amount of money overseas, but everyone's calling it a giant flop, which is kind of sad. I was interested in the sequel. I guess I might as well read the books now. Man on a Ledge, I saw that one. That was really good. I enjoyed it. It was a Sam Worthington movie that just... It was a great thriller that got incredibly intense. Nothing too deep, but it was awesome. It was quite enjoyable. I liked it. Chronicle. Good movie. One of the better found footage films out there compared to Paranormal Activity, and just a cool superhero movie. It was a bit sad that certain characters got killed off. That probably we wouldn't have wanted to, but overall it was enjoyable. Woman in Black was an interesting one. It has one of those sad happy endings. So if you enjoy those, watch it. If not, stay away. Ghost Rider. I want to say it was actually better than the first movie, but that's not really saying much. It was still dumb. Hunger Games was fairly decent. If you haven't seen Kyle's review of it, go check it out. You probably do it a lot better than I can. I enjoyed it. It wasn't a bad movie. It was just, the shaky camera threw me off. There wasn't really as much development as there should have been for the characters, especially the antagonist, who at the end you're like, he's the antagonist. And then 21 Jump Street was one of the funniest fucking movies I've ever seen. No, not that. Okay. It was funny. It was probably one of the funniest movies I've seen in a while. It was a funny movie. And now I'm going to talk about one that hasn't come out this year that people have been talking about. It's called The Artist. You might have heard a little bit about this one. The one that won like a whole bunch of Oscars, and you're going, what kind of movie is this? I saw it recently. I will say this was definitely a good movie. It was an awesome homage and throwback to the silent film era. And it's just a great, tribute of movies in general. I mean, the plot itself, a guy at the peak of his game goes down almost to wit's end, and then he finds a way out. I mean, we've seen that so many times. It's really not an original plot. But the movie the way it tells the story and the way it's done, even if it was, I'm gonna say it, even if it wasn't sound, it would have still been an awesome movie. I don't think it would have won an Oscar if they had done it with sound. I feel like that was what I feel like that's what the Academy said. Oh, it's not in sound. Let's give it an Oscar. Because I almost said to myself after watching it, this movie wouldn't usually have won an Oscar because the plot itself was. It wasn't one of those deep, dark Oscar-winning movies that wins these days, which was shocking. I'm like, this movie won an Oscar? Really? Wow. Something's changed with the Academy, and it sounds good. Because I'm thinking this was a great movie, but usually movies like this don't win an Oscar. Anyway, point is, fantastic acting by the cast. Great. I enjoyed them so much. The way they did the silent film, that was awesome. Like, you weren't lost. As complex as the story got, you never lost track. Even the dancing was great. And the finale is just fantastic. You walk out of the theater feeling really good. And it was one of those movies that pretty much sums up what movies are all about. Just, sitting in a movie theater and enjoying something for a couple hours and, forgetting about the rest of the world and just enjoying yourself and being wrapped up in a story. That's what the artist did. And that's definitely why it deserved the Oscars it got. And I definitely recommend seeing it. It was good. It was definitely good. Well, alrighty then. Damn, that was a long one. Alright. So, talked about what I need to talk about. Did a little movie review of that. Probably going to do a lot more reviews coming up this year, don't worry. And then maybe some cool Godzilla themed stuff. Probably either or both, like a Godzilla top movies and then Star Trek top movies. There you go. So be ready for any of those. Love you guys.